Good day to you and welcome. Today we're diving headfirst into the exciting and, let's be honest, slightly confusing world of used electric cars. Now you might be thinking, electric cars, aren't those terribly complicated and full of lithium-ion whatchamacallits? Well, yes, but they're also rather spiffy. The thing is, buying brand new can leave your wallet feeling rather light, a bit like a blancmange on a windy day. That's why we're focusing on the pre-owned market, where you can find some right gems for a fraction of the price. We're talking about cars that are gentle on the environment and even gentler on your bank balance. So, buckle up as we take you on a tour of the best used electric cars available in the UK for 2024. Let's explore some top picks that offer excellent value, performance, and sustainability. First on our list is a car that needs no introduction, much like a cup of tea or a lukewarm beer at the pub. It's the Nissan Leaf, a stalwart in the electric car world and a familiar sight on our roads. Now I know what you're thinking, isn't it a bit, well, ordinary? And you wouldn't be entirely wrong, but that's the beauty of the Leaf. It's not trying to be flashy or pretentious. It's like a reliable old Labrador, always happy to go for a drive, whether you're popping to the shops or taking a leisurely trip to visit Aunt Mildred. Used car dealer. Media, used car dealership showcasing Nissan Leaf. Speaking of trips, the Leaf can manage a respectable 168 miles on a single charge, depending on the model year, of course. That's more than enough for most daily commutes, and with a bit of planning, you can even venture further afield. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about charging? Isn't it a nightmare finding those electric thingamajigs? Well, it's not quite as daunting as you might think. The UK's charging infrastructure has come a long way, with charging points popping up like mushrooms after a particularly damp autumn. Plus, you can always charge at home overnight, ready for your morning commute. Inside, the Leaf is surprisingly spacious, with enough room for the family and a boot that can swallow a decent amount of luggage. So if you're looking for a reliable, practical, and affordable electric car, the Nissan Leaf should be at the top of your list. Now, if you're after something with a bit more, shall we say, flair, then the BMW i3 might just tickle your fancy. This little electric marvel is about as far from the Leaf as you can get, like comparing a plate of bangers and mash to a delicate soufflé. It's quirky, it's stylish, and it's undeniably a BMW, even if it doesn't have a hulking great grille on the front. The i3 is a city car at heart, designed to zip through congested streets with the agility of a caffeinated squirrel. Its compact size makes parking a dawdle, while its electric motor provides instant torque, allowing you to dart away from traffic lights with surprising pep. BMW i3 owner. Now I know what you're thinking, but what about range? Can a little thing like that actually go anywhere? Well, the i3 offers a respectable range of up to 153 miles on a single charge, which is more than enough for most urban adventures. And if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, there's always the range-extended version, which adds a small petrol engine to act as a generator, extending the range considerably. Of course, no BMW would be complete without a luxurious interior, and the i3 doesn't disappoint. It's a masterpiece of minimalist design, with sustainable materials and cutting-edge technology all wrapped up in a package that feels both futuristic and inviting. So if you're looking for a stylish, compact, and premium electric car that's perfect for city life, the BMW i3 is well worth a look. Just be prepared to stand out from the crowd, a bit like a vicar at a nudist colony.
Now let's talk about a car that's as French as a baguette dipped in a café au lait. It's the Renault Zoe, a small electric hatchback that's as charming as a Parisian street corner and surprisingly spacious for its size. Think of it as a TARDIS with a charging port.
The Zoe has been a popular choice in Europe for years, and for good reason. It's affordable, it's practical, and it's surprisingly good fun to drive. Now, I know what you're thinking, but isn't it a bit, well, French? And yes, it does have its quirks, but that's all part of its charm. Think of it as that slightly eccentric friend who always wears colorful socks and tells terrible jokes, but you can't help but love them anyway.
One of the Zoe's biggest strengths is its range. Newer models can manage up to 245 miles on a single charge, which is impressive for a car of its size. That means you can easily tackle those longer journeys without breaking into a cold sweat about finding a charging point.
And speaking of charging, the Zoe can be juiced up relatively quickly, especially if you can find a rapid charger. Inside, the Zoe is surprisingly spacious, with enough room for 4 adults and a decent-sized boot. It's not the last word in luxury, but it's comfortable and well-equipped with all the essentials you need for a pleasant drive.
And because it's a Renault, you can be sure that it's been designed with practicality in mind. So if you're looking for a practical, affordable, and surprisingly spacious electric car, the Renault Zoe is well worth considering. Now, where's that baguette?
Now, for something a little different, a bit like finding a jar of pickled onions in your sock drawer, we're talking about the Tesla Model S, the car that single-handedly made electric cars cool, or at least as cool as a car can be.
Now, I know what you're thinking, but Teslas are terribly expensive, aren't they? Even the used ones? And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. They do hold their value rather well, a bit like a good bottle of claret or a first edition Harry Potter book.
But if you're looking for an electric car that can genuinely rival the performance and luxury of traditional petrol-powered cars, then the Model S is in a league of its own. This is a car that can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour faster than you can say supercharger, which is quite impressive even if you have a bit of a stammer.
And it does it all with the silent grace of a ballet dancer, albeit one with a rather large battery pack strapped to its underside. But the Model S is more than just a one-trick pony. It's also a technological tour de force, packed with more gadgets and gizmos than a Bond villain's lair.
You've got your giant touchscreen that controls everything from the climate control to the satellite navigation, and your autopilot system that can practically drive the car for you. Although, I would advise keeping your hands on the wheel just in case it decides to make a sudden detour to the nearest charging station.
Speaking of charging, the Model S has access to Tesla's supercharger network, which can replenish the battery at an astonishingly rapid rate. Even used Model S models command a premium, but if you can stretch to it, you'll be rewarded with a car that's unlike anything else on the road.
Now let's return to something a little more, shall we say, familiar. The Volkswagen e-Golf. It's the electric version of everyone's favorite hatchback, a bit like putting an electric motor in a cup of tea. It might sound strange at first, but it's surprisingly good.
The e-Golf takes everything we love about the regular Golf. Its practicality, its comfort, its all-around good-naturedness, and adds a dose of electric efficiency. It's like giving your favorite old sweater a new lease of life with a bit of clever darning.
Now, I know what you're thinking, but doesn't it look exactly like a regular Golf? And you'd be right for the most part. But that's part of its appeal. It's not trying to be flashy or futuristic. It's just a good, honest car that happens to be powered by electricity.
It's the automotive equivalent of a pair of comfortable slippers, familiar, reliable, and always there when you need them. On the road, the e-Golf is surprisingly sprightly. The electric motor provides instant torque, which makes city driving a breeze.
And with a range of up to 144 miles on a single charge, you can easily tackle those daily commutes and errands without breaking a sweat or needing to plug in. Inside, the e-Golf is just as spacious and comfortable as its petrol-powered sibling. So if you're looking for an electric car that's familiar, practical, and easy to live with, the Volkswagen e-Golf should be on your short list.
So there you have it, our whirlwind tour of the best used electric cars available in the UK for 2024. From the sensible and reliable Nissan Leaf to the stylish and sophisticated BMW i3, from the practical and affordable Renault Zoe to the high-tech Tesla Model S, and not forgetting the familiar comforts of the Volkswagen e-Golf, there's an electric car out there for everyone. Choosing a used electric car might seem a bit daunting at first, but it's really no different from buying any other used car. Do your research, take a test drive, and don't be afraid to ask questions. And who knows, you might just find yourself behind the wheel of your very own electric dream machine sooner than you think. Thanks for joining me, and happy motoring. Whether you prioritize range, luxury, or practicality, there's a used EV out there for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more automotive insights. Drive green and see you next time.